Welcome to Planting Joy Garden. Today we are going to be harvesting flavor from the garden. We will be harvesting out peppers. So let's discuss how to grow them and when to harvest them. There are hundreds of varieties of peppers, anything from hot peppers to sweet banana peppers. And I, of course, only grow the sweet peppers. So I do have some shishitos. And I think I'm going to start by harvesting the Marconi peppers. And here's an example of a Marconi. And I also have some banana peppers, which are not quite ready yet. Okay, now peppers like warm climates, and they need at least 6 hours of direct sun every day. So you live in a cold growing zone, you need to grow them in the summer. So I'm in zone 5B, 6A, and so I have to grow my peppers during the summer month. And actually, these were planted out since May 6th. Peppers need a rich soil that's very nutrient, so I tend to use compost in my soil. It also is a great idea to start them indoors 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost. Now, in the case of my peppers, I transplanted them out, as I mentioned, May 6th. By having transplants, I was able to get a jump start on the pepper growing season. And when you transplant them out, you want to make sure that the nighttime temperatures are at least 50 degrees at night. So this is actually a Marconi pepper. Maturity is around 6 to 8 inches in length. So this one is about 6 inches. Some people will grow them up to a foot. I don't find that necessary. I'm not trying to win a competition. I just want great peppers. So let me just move you over to my other plant here. And as you can see, this one is a larger Marconi pepper. So let's compare these two. Okay. All right. It's a little bit larger, but like I said, I'm not trying to win a competition. Now, the other thing to keep in mind in terms of growth and care, peppers are slow growers and they need at least 60 to 90 days from transplant to reach maturity where you can start harvesting. So, as I mentioned, these have been out since May 6th. I had to wait and ensure that my last frost had passed and that I had nighttime temperatures over 50 degrees. Okay, so peppers need to be watered frequently, but they don't want to be drowned. They don't want wet feet. So you just need to water consistently. And when you do water, you want to water deeply. So these are my shishito peppers. Ideally, they need to be 3 inches in length. These are a little shy, but I'm expecting extremely hot temperatures. So I want to protect them and get them off the plant so that the plant doesn't have to struggle. So actually mulching your pepper beds will help with that. Mulching helps to keep the soil nice and moist so that your plants don't struggle. And this is a weird double plant. And so we'll take off some of these shishitos. Now, shishito peppers can be quite prolific. This is definitely a plant you want to harvest from frequently. The color, it can be harvested in its green state or it can be harvested when it turns red. The actual color of your pepper depends on the variety, but green peppers are also mature, as is a red pepper, an orange or a yellow or even a purple pepper. Now, one thing you have to do with peppers is you do have to protect them from their enemies, which are aphids and hornworms. And one way you can do that is with companion planting. So you'll notice here that I have basil, which hides the smell. It provides shade for my pepper plant, which is down here, and the basils are on both sides. And the basil helps the hornworm not to thus hone in on the pepper, because hornworms are an enemy to your pepper plant. Okay, so now that we have some shishitos here, we'll go around and check the other plant. But you want to make sure you get the mature ones off, because the other thing with peppers, the more you harvest, the more you get. Developed mature ones off, the ones that have changed color, or if they have a sheen to them, they are mature. The other thing, each variety has its perfect size. So in the case of shishito peppers, if it's 3 inches long and it has a sheen, it's mature. In the case of marconis, if it's 6 inches long and has a sheen, it's mature. You can wait for a color change, but a color change is not necessary. They are mature in the green state. Same thing with the bananas. You can harvest a banana pepper at full size, and banana peppers can grow up to about 8 to 10 inches, but you can harvest it at a smaller state. Like this one doesn't quite have a sheen yet, even though it has 6 inches of length. There's no sheen, so I'm going to wait before I harvest. Now let's take a look at these here. So I think I have some 3 inch. So this one is 3 inches. So I can take that one. So let's harvest from this plant as well. Okay, so here's a nice one. It's got a nice sheen. Now to harvest, you can use snips as I'm using, or you can simply twist it off the plant. I prefer to use snips because I consider it to be a more gentle method of harvesting, but you can twist it off. You just want to make sure that you support the plant if you're twisting. So you can do that. I just find that it is so much faster just to snip it. Now this one's a little short. It has a beautiful sheen, but I think I'm going to wait before I harvest this one. Let's see if we got some more on here. Okay, so I have plenty of flowers. I also have ladybugs here. And as I mentioned, you want to protect your plants from aphids and hornworms. I don't see a single aphid, but I do see lots of ladybugs. So the ladybugs are working with me, getting rid of any possible aphids. So companion plants like basil, cilantro, any other flowering herb will help to bring the ladybugs in so they can fight off aphids. So there you have it. How to care for peppers and when to harvest it. Just keep harvesting so that you can increase your bounty of peppers. So here's our harvest for today. We have some marconi peppers, nice size marconis. They all have a beautiful sheen. They're all green. And we have some shishito peppers. My journals available on Amazon that explain some information about days to maturity, soil temperatures, just some helpful resources on keeping records on what you're growing in your garden. Thank you for joining me in the garden. God in His grace freely makes us right in His sight. Romans 3, verse 24.